Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Joe Klein and I'm your instructor for this class, Introduction to Communication Disorders. I wanted to tell you all a little bit about myself. I got into this field because I stutter. All through grade school and college I was a very severe stutterer. It was very difficult for me to say anything at all without stuttering. I actually let my difficulty speaking choose my college major for me. I had wanted to major in journalism, but in journalism, I would have had to make phone calls and ask questions, and those were things that I was just naturally terrified of doing because of my severe stuttering. I ended up majoring in philosophy because in philosophy you only had to read and write papers, and those were things that I could do, although really not very well because I wasn't a very hardworking student on top of my stuttering. So I was pretty much of a disaster until I was in my early 20s. I had had therapy when I was younger and in high school, but it all just focused on speech mechanics. And my stuttering was just too severe for that. Finally, after college, I was involved in a more holistic therapy program, which not only worked on speech mechanics, but also took into account my feelings and my beliefs about stuttering and about talking. I'd had a lot of negative speaking encounters because of my stuttering. And so it was only natural that I was very negative about my ability to speak and about how others were going to view my speech. And all of that had to change for me in order to be able for me to change and move forward. So I started speaking a little more easily and feeling a little better about how I spoke. And I went from taking a job after college that required literally no speaking to taking a job as a customer service representative for an insurance company where I was on the phone 40 hours a week. Just that was my job, was to talk and be on the phone, something I could not have even imagined um, 1 year before I took the job. I was still stuttering, but not severely. And within a few months, I was actually training the new employees to be customer service representatives. It was crazy. At that point, I knew that my speech therapist had made a profound impact on me, on not just my speech, but on my whole life. And I knew that was what I wanted to do, that if I could just help one person the way that I was helped, that any work I put in would be worth it. Um, it was just really fantastic. And that's something great about this field. You know, you don't hear people say, "Wow, my historian changed my life," or "My accountant changed my life, and so I wanted to go into accounting." You know, but we in this field we really truly help people. We have the ability to touch people's lives every day, and it's pretty fantastic. So I was living in Philadelphia at the time, and got accepted into the pre-professional classes at the University of South Alabama in Mobile. And I just went all the way through there. I ended up getting a PhD in communication disorders with an emphasis in stuttering. After that, I worked for 5 years at the College of St. Rose up in Albany, New York, where I got to work with lots of people who stutter. This August, I started working here at Appalachian State University, and I love it. Um, what a great school and a great place to be. Although I have to tell you, it never snowed this much up in Albany. This has just been insane. I'm still getting used to all this snow. I have a wife and 2 children, and we live here in Boone, North Carolina. Um, and that's pretty much who I am. Starting next week, I'm going to get you all to introduce yourselves on the discussion list. And I'll have more information about that probably on Monday. To be honest, this is my first online course ever, and I'm learning as I go. So bear with me. I know for a lot of you, this is your first time taking an online course, so we'll kind of learn together how to do this. Um, I guess the big thing I want you to really do is to please read the textbook. It will be your best resource, and whatever class you ever take, the best advice I have is to read the books. Not only will you learn the information about the subject at hand, whatever class it is, but you'll also be learning how to write like the professionals in that field because you'll be reading the professionals in that field. Um, and of course, it will help you to do well in the class. And the final thing, I guess, about doing that, and maybe this is the best advice I have about anything, is that the best thing in life to do is to practice being successful. Even if you're in the dumbest class ever, and hopefully that won't be this class, practice success. Each and every moment of our lives, we're practicing success or failure, effort or laziness, happiness or sadness. Practice what you want in life, and you will have it. That's really true. Practice what you want in life, and you will have that. If you practice being successful, if you practice doing well, you will be successful and you will do well. If you practice doing nothing, you will have nothing. So practice the good stuff. Practice happiness. Practice success. Practice effort. And you will have all those things. All right, I'm off my soapbox now. I look forward to getting to know you this semester, and I really hope you enjoy this class. Please feel free to email me with any questions or comments about the class. I'm also happy to take suggestions on how I can make the class better. So I think for now, that's about it. Stay warm, everybody, and more soon.